Hello and welcome. Today I'm adding Libble Rabble through the Namco Museum Collection 1 for the Evercade to my ever-growing list where I rank every Evercade game ever. Libble Rabble on the Evercade is the Super Nintendo port of a 1983 arcade game. One that I'd never played, and to be perfectly honest, I'd never even heard of the game before I got the Namco collection. It's a game where you control two arrows, one blue and one red, and you use them and the string between them to encircle enemies or objects on the screen, treasures and things to get points, clear all the things off the screen, and you advance to the next level. Of course, Pac-Man style, there are enemies that will try and stop you and various other things to make it a fairly interesting puzzle game, at least on paper. Now, personally, I have no history with this game, so it's no nostalgia. There doesn't seem to be much of a story to it. So let's get straight on to
graphics.
As it is a port of a 1983 arcade game, it's very simple graphically. It handles it fine, but well, I've never seen the original, but it doesn't look like it improves on it at all, or if it does, very slightly. So as far as Super Nintendo games go, this one looks extremely basic. But it does have that quirky, colourful look of early arcade games, and it is functional. Everything is easy to read and play. Well, mostly I do find some of the colours and things, it just gets a bit chaotic and hard to pass the screen at times, but maybe that's just me. Well, I was struggling with the controls, but more on that later.
Sound and music.
Pretty much everything I said about the graphics pretty much applies here. It's faithful to the arcade, I assume. It sounds like it is anyway. So by Super Nintendo standards, it's quite basic. It's jolly, happy music. It suits the game, it works fine. It's just not pushing the Super Nintendo to anywhere near its limits.
Gameplay.
You control two arrows, one you control with a D-pad and one you control with the face buttons. They are connected by a line, and you use it to enclose these creatures called mushlings to capture them or whatever, or harvest them to clear a stage. And you have to avoid trapped enemies like the hoblins and these scissor things that come across the screen. There are treasure chests and other things that appear during the level, and by encircling them, it can trigger a bonus stage and get you extra points, the usual sort of thing. I had real trouble getting used to the controls, it just didn't feel right. Apparently the original Super Nintendo release included a special face button cover slip to mimic the arcade's twin stick controls, and maybe that would be better. But I really struggle with it, but I did adapt to a degree, as you might see how simply I play the game through the gameplay. And really, the game is fine. I don't really like it as much as I might. Once I'd found a way to play the game and get used to the controls to an extent, and I'd found a technique that would get me through the various levels. I'm sure I might need to get better at the controls to get better scores and things, but once I got used to it, I did find the game got quite samey.
Overall opinion.
Libble Rabble is a fairly novel idea for a game, and one that takes a little bit of getting used to. I can see the appeal of it, but ultimately it left me feeling quite cold. It got quite samey and a little bit simplistic once I'd adjusted to the controls. It's not bad, but it's nothing special in my opinion.
Ranking.
Placing Libble Rabble on my ever-growing list where I rank every Evercade game ever, I've elected to put it above Ghost Pilots but below Burger Time, the NES version, placing it at 286 out of 450 games that I've ranked so far. Now I think that's everything for this video, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
You